Hello viewers, welcome to Selenium WebDriver videos. In this video, I would like to demonstrate about how to launch Internet Explorer using WebDriver. For ordered list of all Selenium WebDriver videos, you can watch my blog at seleniumwebdrivervideos.blogspot.com, where I have kept all my Selenium WebDriver videos in an ordered fashion, including the source code which I used during demonstration. Okay, let's dive into this concept and see how exactly we can perform this operation, right? So WebDriver, if you want to perform all your operations and using Firefox, then what you generally do is you just create an instance of Firefox and you can navigate to any site you want and you can perform all the operations whatever you want. So WebDriver have a direct support to the Firefox, but with respect to Internet Explorer, that is not the case. WebDriver cannot directly interact with Internet Explorer and can perform all operations. For that, what they have created a driver called IE driver. All right, WebDriver interacts with this IE driver, and this IE driver server interacts with the Internet Explorer, can perform all the operations in Internet Explorer. All right, so let's see how exactly we can associate this driver and how exactly we can perform any operation in Internet Explorer. The first thing that you have to do is you need to download IE driver server, which is available at this URL seleniumreleases.storage.googleapis.com/index. So you can go to the latest version of the Selenium. So where you can see a couple of variants of this IE driver server. So when I say Internet Explorer, which will work only on Windows, right? So which may not be working in Unix as well as in iMac, right? In Windows also we have a couple of variants, like Windows can be of a 32-bit or which can be a 62 or 64-bit versions, right? So in addition to this operating systems, we have two variants for Internet Explorer. So what does it mean is, once you just, as you can see here, there are two variants of Internet Explorer. One is with 32-bit and another one is 64-bit. How do you know whether it is a 32-bit or 64-bit? You just open a browser, just right click and go to Task Manager, and as you can see, iExplorer.exe *32. What does it mean is, this Internet Explorer is a 32-bit Internet Explorer. All right, if that is if you can see here, if it is a 64-bit, once you just go to this Task Manager, as you can see here, it is just iExplorer.exe. What does it mean is, this is a 64-bit version. If it is a 32-bit version, which will be ended with *32. Why I am saying all this is, like, you may come across a situation where your application you may need to run on 32-bit Internet Explorer. During those times, what you have to do is you have to download the 32-bit version of this zip file. If you want to test 64-bit version, you just need to download this. So you just download this zip file and extract it to a folder. All right, and you need to associate that exe file here. So let me show that with a code. So how exactly we can do that is, first, once you extract this file, which will give you a .exe file, all right, we need to set the path of this exe file to WebDriver. What does it mean is, so in order to associate this exe file to WebDriver, what you need to do is you need to set a property at system level. For that, what you have to do is you need to use System.setProperty. You have to use this property name webdriver.ie.driver, and you need to give the path of that IE driver server exe. All right, so what it will do is which will associate to this WebDriver. So whenever I create a WebDriver instance, now WebDriver of driver equal to new Internet Explorer, which launches the IE browser. After that, I can perform whatever operation I want, like I can navigate to any site and I can get any operations on that website. All right, so let me run it and show you how exactly it is getting displayed. So as at this moment I have a 64-bit version of it. For that, what I'm doing is I just launched my Internet Explorer and navigated to Google site and printed the title here. You can also see here that which has launched the 64-bit version of Internet Explorer and which prints the Google site. And you can also see this Explorer, Internet Explorer. This is a 64-bit version. And you may need to also focus on, as for each type, when you create an instance, which will create a process called IE-driver server.exe. For you need to handle this very carefully. For example, if I rerun the same code again, which will create another instance of IE-driver server, right? For that, you need to include driver.quit, which closes the browser obviously and also closes this process. But somehow if some exception happens or something happens, then this process will be idle and will be in this process list. You need to manually end this process. So make sure that you use driver.quit, which handles to close this process. All right. So not only that, there are some another kind of settings that you need to perform when you work with Internet Explorer. The thing is, Internet Explorer to work, as you can see, there are 4 security modes available, and where you have a protected mode for all these zones. All right. So for all these zones, the enable protected mode should be either on or off. For example, if for say for some zones, if I set off, and for others it is on. Let me show you again. So as you can see here, the enable protected mode is on for Internet Explorer, Internet, and for restricted site, whereas it is off for local internet and trusted site. So if you run the same script now, which will complain saying all the modes are not at the same level. So let me show you that. You may see this kind of exception when all the modes are not the same level. The protected mode should be on or off for all these zones. All right. So make sure you keep all these are on or off for all these zones. Now if you run it, which will work, which don't complain anything about it. As you can see, Internet Explorer got started and navigated to the URL and printed the title of it. All right. And another limitation with this Internet Explorer is, for example, you launched IE browser and you are working on some objects, and the focus has been moved from this IE driver Internet Explorer to some other application, or you might be in a different website. And if you try to perform any action objects like mouse over, right click and all, which will not be working on Internet Explorer. That is a kind of a limitation. What it enforces is the focus should be in this IE browser window when you perform any hovering operations. All right. So when you keep all these things like protected mode on, and if you associate the right IE driver, then which will launches the IE driver and can perform all operations. All right. So that's all in this video. Please share your share this video with your friends, and also please leave your comments about this video. Thanks for watching this video. Thank you.